Hello Gemini, so this is your monthly reading. I'm sorry I didn't get to those in a timely manner in September. I'm working on getting a better schedule together for my readings, but anyhow, what I'm going to do is do the rest of September and all of October, combine it together. You'll also get the extended singles and couples reading as the other signs did, and again I do apologize about that. Also, there is noise in the background. I know that you all like to tell me about it. That's my air conditioner. Okay, so we are going to start your reading, and this is for the rest of September and all of October for the sign of Gemini. So let's see what we have for you. The Hierophant in reverse, the Eight of Cups, the Chariot in reverse, the Ace of Cups, the High Priestess, the Ace of Swords, the Empress, the Five of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and the Nine of Cups. On the bottom of the deck, the Five of Swords in reverse and the Ten of Swords. Okay, so this talks about you going through endings this month time frame, because it's not really a month, so this time frame. You're going through a loss or separating yourself from something, okay? And it may be hard. It may feel treacherous, actually, okay? But you're also healing. It's like you're making amends to what is happening. You're making amends to yourself. You're fixing it, okay? If you were doing something negative, you're stopping doing that negative energy and focusing on a more positive aspect. And if someone was doing something to you, you're healing from that by separating yourself or something of that nature. But we'll get more into it, okay? So in the past, you have the Ace of Cups. It talks about a new love interest, new love coming towards you, rekindling a love relationship with the Ace of Cups, coming out of rest of something. So it looks like you're re-entering something or trying your hand at love again. So moving forward, you have the Hierophant in reverse, and you're noticing that this relationship is maybe not what you thought it would be, okay? It doesn't feel like both of you are on the same page, or both of you maybe want the same things with the Hierophant in reverse. Your challenge is walking away. You're not sure if you should walk away. You're not sure if you should stay. And it has to do with you being frustrated or feeling like you're not both on the same energy page, or you're not, you know, focusing on the same thing, okay? It's really important for you to listen to your intuition, okay? Don't do anything deceitful or any double dealings, or say you're going to do something and don't do it, or even rekindle something that you used to do. That's what they're telling me, okay? Yeah, because there isn't that structure or that happiness that you thought would immediately happen. So what you need to work on is the direction and making really good choices. You have a habit, Gemini, what they're telling me, of taking the wrong direction when something happens that isn't very comfortable for you. Okay, it's like, I need to take my love away. I need to, you tend to be less practical about a situation and be, which is interesting, more focused on your emotions, which is really interesting for an air sign. But it's telling me that you're not being very practical on your decisions, and you're not perceiving the best routes of doing things, and almost like cutting it off before it gets into you a little bit too much and you have to deal with it. Almost being knowing that you have all the right answers, or you know what is best to do, and not giving the other person, not weighing the other person's options or their feelings. Very interesting. Okay, so moving forward, I see there being clarity here. Look at all those aces. Okay, so lots of clarity. Something's going to come to you, almost like an epiphany about the way that you deal with things, and you have a new opportunity to grow, or a new opportunity to change your perspective or the way that you think about things, your drive, and how you are going to handle this relationship. But there's also some confusion, because there's confusion between how you feel and what it is you want to do, and the other person's feelings that they're trying to express to you or almost get you to do. Okay, this could be a struggle between staying at a job and going to a different job, or trying something new as well. So right now you have the Empress, which means your hopes are that you can grow. Okay, you have this feeling of creativity. Even though there may be negative messages coming towards you or no messages at all, you think that, you know, like, things can grow and you want to have a happy and fulfilling life. And I see you taking more of a passive approach at the moment because you're not really sure on what decision to make or what to actually do. What's interesting, because in your environment, it feels as though someone feels left out. Someone feels like they're not a part of the equation, like you're not putting the effort in and they're putting the effort in. That's exactly how they're feeling. They may be starting a new career and it's not something what you want, or going in a new direction that may be different than what you would like for them to do or how you feel about what they should do. All right, so you're just feeling, all you know is that things are not stable when it comes to your relationship, with your career, with everything that you have around you, and you want for that to change. You want to have a more nurturing situation. You want to be more happy, and you're waiting for those changes to happen. It's not like you're actively making the changes. You're waiting for them to happen so you can react to them, less than you putting in the effort towards this situation. Okay, so at the end, you're really focused on your own happiness and making your own dreams come true and feeling very content. Okay, you want to put an end to this indecision and an end to feeling like you're going in two different directions or being pulled a different way. But with the Tower, it talks about you needing to make those changes. Okay, like you need to let go of your ego or your pride and see both sides of a situation. See that you have an opportunity for stability. You have all this around you, solid solid reliability and security, but there's something that needs to be tore down towards your ego, right? So that you're able to see, or that you're able to build with a clean heart, clean mind, and clear understanding. Okay, so now we're going to go into your intuitive read. We're going to start with your cards. Ooh, there we go. Surrender the habit of people pleasing. Speak your needs and be true to yourself. Focus on your own happiness instead of always trying to make everyone else happy. You also have fresh air. Your body needs refreshment from oxygenated, I can never say this right, air generated by grass, trees, plants, and flowers. Spend time outside today, as near to Mother Nature's cradle as possible. Open your curtains and windows to refresh your home as well. You also have do something for someone else. Give your attention to someone else. And study. Reading, research, and education help you gain confidence and clarity in your career. Okay, Gemini. So let me focus, because I feel like there are some messages that's coming in that I need to get to. Okay, so they're telling me to focus on surrender the habit of people pleasing, and that's not really you. Okay, it's about you thinking that other people have to please you. Okay, and really what they're telling me is, I feel like you don't give the other side a chance, because you're so focused on what's important to you, or what makes sense to you, that you don't think about the other person involved. At the moment, there might be an issue. People need time to grow. People need time to be individuals and to fail. And you have to be there and be supportive. You can't just stop it. You know what I mean? It just doesn't work that way. And that's what they're telling me. It's time for you to get a fresh new perspective. It's time for you to change your perspective on things. All right? Do something for someone else. It's about not always receiving, but also giving. And this doesn't have to do with money. It also talks about time and emotion and care that other people may give to you. It's time for you to give that to someone else, and to offer support when other people need support. You know, someone may be down, someone may not be at their 100%. You're not always at your 100% as much as you may think that you are, and they have to be there for you. They have to put up with things that doesn't seem fair, and it seems fair that you have to do that too sometimes. When it comes to your career, I feel like you're trying to move things forward. You may be thinking of changing, or they're telling me you need a study space, or you need a space that you have to yourself, Gemini. You need to make a room, a closet, maybe anything. Something where you can have a moment to yourself, and that is free space. Tell your partner, this is my space. When I feel like I need space, this is where I need to go. Some of you can get in a car and drive around for a second, park in a parking lot, and get your mind together. It's about continuously being around someone is not always healthy, especially when you need time to yourself, because you just get so agitated. They keep talking to you, and they keep saying things, they keep doing things that you just can't handle, and you're like, you know what, whatever, I can't, and you close yourself off. And that's not where you want to be. You want to be in a space where you can give, in a space that you can look at things from both sides and weigh the pros and cons, and, you know, not get so angry or get so upset. It just talks about you being more caring, Gemini, and getting a different perspective, getting out, spending time with the kids outside, playing football. Someone is going to a strawberry patch. That's really random, but go to a strawberry patch. There may be a strawberry festival or something of that nature. Okay? Also pumpkins. Picking pumpkins. Okay. Gemini singles, this is your singles reading for the end of September and all of October. Let's see what Spirit has for you. We have playfulness and attraction. Okay. So it talks about you recapturing romance. Either you or your partner are trying to do so, okay? Trying to regain what you had for that person at first, okay? So it talks about there being some emotional separations here. Okay, this is your overall energy, Gemini singles. Okay, I see there being chaos or confusion in your relationship. Okay, it's like you're analyzing the situation. You're seeing there's a problem. This may be due to negative actions. This may be to negative communication with your partner. But it just seems like everything is happening really fast. Maybe there's a lot of craziness happening. And it's being brought to your attention because it's like you're going through a spiritual time where you're stepping out of yourself or out of some cloudiness, and you're starting to see more clearly. Okay, I see there being a problem or some delays in moving forward, maybe in a career for you or your partner, or maybe the stability. There's some delays or some sort of stop, okay, which is making you think about the past. Now I see you communicating about it, talking about it, trying to get make a better judgment, and you're going to have to face some things with you and your partner. Okay, there's going to be a need to do some reflections, okay, or there may be speculation that something is going to happen and you're just reacting to it the best way that you know how. Okay, so Gemini singles, this is for fire signs. Those of you dealing with fire signs, Aries, Leos, and Sagittariuses. Okay, so you're starting to open up dialogue. Okay, open up dialogue about being stuck in a relationship, or even feeling like you're not getting the nurturing that you deserve. Okay, your partner is maybe jealous or focused on something else. I see that emotionally they're not in the right mind. I do see that they're trying to convince you though that there's not a problem and that the relationship is still stable. All right, but you feel like there's a trick here. There's an energy of being lied to on both sides. Okay, now you feel like there is a third party, or you may find out about a third party. Okay, and or you may feel as though you're just not in sync, right? And you may find yourself indulging in other things that is outside of the relationship to make yourself more happy. Your partner is trying to transform the situation, okay, because they don't understand, like, what's happening to them doesn't make sense right now. All right, and I see them being very frustrated with you, and you are just trying to get your energy or get your feels from somewhere else. There is a decision being made at the end of the month. It's like the confusion is moving away. Okay, and what is actually true is being revealed at this point. Now there is a distraction, and it's starting to be seen on both sides at this point, and no one's happy. Like, there is a shattering of the relationship, and you need to come together to find some sort of path, because both of you, I feel like, really want to be with each other, but you're just going about it the wrong way. All right, okay, so Gemini singles dealing with earth signs. These are Taurus, Virgos, and Capricorns for the end of September and all of October. There it is. I see you opening up communication yet again with your partner. Okay, you have a goal, you have something that you want to talk about, and your partner is open to that. They're opening and they see it as something good. You're trying to give, you're trying to be more open. Your partner is kind of stuck in their own mind, but they're offering you what you want. Okay, be careful. Again, be careful about them just saying what you want to hear. I feel like you think that there are some new changes. You have this attitude like you want these new changes and you want this turnaround in the relationship, and you're feeling really good about what's happening. However, your partner feels the disconnect, and they don't feel as stable in the relationship, and they're kind of disengaging themselves or separating themselves, and they're not putting in the work like they said they were. They're not paying attention to the details and what it is that you need, and I feel like you're going to see that eventually over time. Okay, at the end of the month, I see that you're not getting the emotional support that you need. Okay, yeah, you're not getting that emotional support that you need. And you're going to separate yourself and maybe look for something else, or someone else, or your partner will. There's frustration and people acting on impulse here because of that. Okay. So Gemini singles dealing with other Gemini, Libras, and Aquariuses for the end of September and all of October. You're releasing yourself from working so hard on the relationship and taking a different route on things. You may even be thinking about ending the relationship, and your partner is healing from that. They almost feel like the move that you're making is foolish and not seeing their side or how they attribute it to this situation. Okay, I do see them trying to change things and trying to hold on to what they had after time and time of them not doing that. You feel like this is a loss. Yeah, you feel like it's a loss, and it's kind of out in the open. Like, you may go back, but right now I don't feel like that's of interest to you. Right, you're acting how you feel is right. Right? You're streamlined. You have tunnel vision about what it is you want. Your partner is trying to look within because they see that you're going in two different directions and that you're separating. So, you know, they are almost attempting to fix themselves in a way, and also the relationship. I see there being a lot of confusion and chaos during this time, because it's like when something is cut off and you don't understand, you kind of lash out in a very inappropriate way, and I feel like that's what they're gonna do. So at the end of October, I see that it is difficult maybe separating from your partner because of financial issues or just not being happy. Okay, I see someone trying to get what they want and being very angry about it and just lashing out. I don't know why I feel like this is lashing out, but it's almost like this is the sacrifice you have to make in order to move forward, you know, and they feel they need to make a sacrifice as well in order to move forward, but they don't see it that way. They see it as a disconnect, or they see it as not being fair. But you're being strong and of being a force to be reckoned with at this time. Okay, so Gemini singles, dealing with water signs, Cancer, Scorpios, and Pisces for the end of September, all of October. I see there being confusion and chaos, and you demanding to understand what is happening. But it's interesting because you're moving forward in this, even though there seems to be a disconnect or issues around, because you're trying to win. You're trying to come out the winner here. Your partner, it's not really helping. They're trying to clear up the confusion, but they're not doing it in a smart way. They're making a quick decision because of all the messages that are coming to them from you, or actually, and also the non-verbal messages, and they're just reacting to that the best way that they know how. You're almost sacrificing yourself by making a judgment that you don't want to make, that's going to shake up the relationship, maybe separating or moving out or something of that nature, something that really shakes things up. Your partner is being forced to look at themselves in a different way. But what's interesting is I think they just become agitated and upset, and they get angry and say things that are not fair. And this doesn't fit the way that you thought it was gonna go. I don't see you working on it though. I see you letting it go because you're realizing that this may be toxic. At the end of the month, there's restless energy. Yeah, there's restless energy to make some changes or to fix. Everybody is agitated and pushing for what it is that they want, but not really talking to each other. Okay, and it's based on you having foundations with this person, so people aren't really leaving. But everyone has this attitude of trying to do hard work. I feel like you I don't want to say that you fix the situation or you both fix it, but you do get a little bit of good news from either you send the good news or they do, and it kind of helps you build. But you need to work on building a solid foundation and actually working together instead of lashing out, guys. Okay, okay, so next we have Gemini couples. And this is for the end of September and all of October. Express your love and let your friends help you. Interesting. telling me you really need to talk to your partner, okay? Both of you really need to talk. You may almost feel a little bit fed up by the situation, but it seems like your partner is begging, or this could be energy that goes vice versa, okay? It's time for you to ask your friends for some honest advice, and not just for them to make you feel good, but actually some honest advice, or you may get some unsolicited advice as well. Okay, so Gemini couples, you may have gotten a financial message that you may be having some issues or something like that. You may be feeling stuck in your relationship, okay? Or your partner didn't help you when you needed help. You know, it's almost like we're not learning how to do this in a better way, and I'm kind of getting fed up with it, okay? You're feeling a disconnect. You're not feeling stable. You're not feeling like you're engaging very well, so you feel disconnected from the relationship. You don't feel nurtured when it comes to stability or someone that you want to be with for a long time, okay? Now, what's interesting is you're thinking about putting in the hard work to build foundations because they were already there. You were working towards something, or you may be building foundations now for yourself, okay? Somewhere where you can be happy. I do see a fire sign, possibly Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but I really see that I feel like this person is coming into you to try to change the situation, and even this little offer of love is going to change your perspective or have you think of things differently, but you're still standing in between two spaces. You haven't really quite made a decision, okay? Okay, so Gemini couples dealing with fire signs, Aries, Leos, and Sagittariuses, for the end of September and all of October. I feel like you're trying to work on your relationship. Your partner feels like there is an injustice on their part. And even though you've been through things, and even though you may even feel like you're not the one that should be apologizing or making it work, you're still going to do it, right? Because they offered you a little bit of affection, or they opened themselves a little bit, and that's all that you wanted in the first place, right? So you also think of your partner as being a little bit childish and immature and not giving you the full amount, but I feel like even that little bit amount is helping you a little bit. You may also be starting something new and decide that your partner is just too childish for you and you're not going to deal with it, and you're standing by what it is that you believe in. But I really see that you're working hard on something new, or changing your perspective, or doing things differently, because you feel like a weakness without your partner, okay? Or you may have some physical needs like sex that you may need, okay? And you went back to your partner, okay? And this feels like a victory to you because you got what you needed. Your partner is trying to get their emotions together and being able to express them in a proper way that you can feel it. They're listening to their intuition. They're tapping into their spiritual mind and not just their physical feelings and what it is that they think they need, or being impulsive. I feel like they're trying their best to think better. But I do feel like they still think that they're right, and that could be a problem, okay? And this is I feel like this may be the last straw. It's like you ended and then you're going back into the same thing again. So at the end, I feel like there's a decision that's going to be made. You're probably going to find out that there is a third party involved here, and then you're just not going to have that energy to keep going. And it's almost like somebody is going to have another person on the side, just in case things go south, because it's not looking very good, right? And that's their way of keeping balance. That's their way of having something on both sides, like one foot in, one foot out. So be careful of that. I don't feel like your friends and family are going to be happy about it either, okay? All right, so we have Gemini couples dealing with earth signs, and these are Tauruses, Virgos, and Capricorns for the end of September and all of October. Geminis, it's all about what you want right now. It's actually not good. Your partner is confused because they want to make you happy, they just don't know what to do. And they're asking their friends for advice on what to do. They feel like it's not fair. They feel like the situation is not fair. You, however, are really focused on yourself. And it's interesting because you know you have all the skills to get what it is that you want or what you need. But you're stepping back from doing that. Or keeping it from your partner. Your partner is doing a lot of soul searching about what it is that they want to fight for. But they do want to be with you and they do want to work it out. I don't feel like there's any offer, and I feel like there's a little bit of childishness here because you're not really working it out. Everyone's doing it silently, kind of. At the end of October, I see it being a lot of work and you going in different directions. It's almost like your intuition is telling you this is not where you need to be. And you're both up in the air. I don't feel like you separate from each other, but it feels extremely unhealthy, guys. No one's listening to their intuition. Everybody's kind of doing what they want to do, but not really leaving each other either. Okay, so Gemini couples dealing with other air signs. Geminis, Libras, and Aquariuses. Trying to move forward, trying to work things out. You see what could be, but you haven't quite gotten there yet, and you're restless to make that change. Your partner wants a family, like a full family, and they have made a decision that that's what they want. But that's where you both disconnect. I feel like you want to wait, and your partner wants to do it now. But you also want to make your partner happy. So I feel like you dive in and try that. You say that you're going to do it. This is what I get. But you're really thinking about it. Okay? Because you know that if you don't, it's going to separate the relationship, and you know you're not going to be happy. Your partner is really pressuring you, and they're moving forward fast. Like if they wanted to get married and you say yes, they're already making plans. They're already transforming the relationship into a marriage in their mind, and that is very scary to you. I feel like they feel like they have won, and the situation is fixed, but it's really not. And these messages and what's happening is not really good for you. You want to go back to the way things were, okay? And you're going to get really agitated, and your partner's not going to understand, and you really need to express that to them, and you need to tell them what's going on, even though you're afraid to. Okay? Last but not least, we have Gemini couples dealing with Cancer, Scorpios, and Pisces. From the middle of September to all of October. Okay, Geminis. You're stuck in your idea for what it is that you want. You may think that your partner is lying to you because they are being brand new or doing new things in your life. You don't trust them. It's based on how they used to act to now, even though your partner now is trying to make a change because they see that the relationship is stuck and they need to do something. I do feel as though they're just reacting the way that they should. They're going to be inconsistent, and that inconsistency is not going to be the business for you, okay? Yeah, it's going to be hard for you. It's going to be hard for you. You don't feel like it is good. You feel trapped within the situation. You're going to make a judgment based on how you feel, and you're going to stick to it. You're going to stick to it. You're going to say how you feel, and you can be unchanged, probably about separating or doing something differently, okay? Because your partner has the Ace of Wands in reverse. The Ace of Wands in reverse talks about blocks and growth, okay? A third party, another situation, asking their friends are telling them you need to make some changes, that things are unfair, okay? Because you won't change, which is interesting, okay? There's so much untapped potential here, and they feel like you need to open up more, okay? And you feel like they need to do some changes. So both of you are not seeing eye to eye, and this is causing both of you to be kind of frustrated and angry. Both of you are working on your own goals. You need to change the perspective. Change the perspective. Because this angriness is not going to get you anywhere. Okay? Okay, you have to work to better the situation, and then you'll have a new opportunity for love. See? Something that's more secure. But someone has to have that mindset that this is what they want. Okay? Someone has to have that mindset. So thank you for listening, and I'll see you next month. I love you very much. Love and light. Bye-bye.